Right, welcome people. Welcome everyone. Welcome everyone. Answering questions. Welcome people. Welcome. I'm just gonna wait a few seconds or maybe minutes to have more of us jump on the call. Um, yep, I promised to be live a couple of times, so I'm going to just take some questions, share a couple more things, and then take some questions. I think the first thing I want to do is if you're here, I want to appreciate you. Thank you for being a part of this. I appreciate it. In a distracted world, there's so many things fighting for your attention, but here you are. So if you're here right now, please type type a message in the chat box. Let me know where you're watching from. I know the first day when we started, or the first live session we had, I think that was the first day actually. We had people from about 5 or 6 cities. So just quickly let me know where you are from. If you're on the call at this time, where you from, what you've been up to, what you've been doing, how have you been? So Regeneration was started the very first day and it was all about spiritual growth. And then we looked at, so the way I structure the content on the course was such that I would share with you what I believed the foundational piece should be. And then on top of that, lay the building blocks. So the foundational thought, the foundational principle, and then building blocks. And the reason I've done it that way is so that you can have a strategic outlook to the different pillars of your life. So when it comes to spiritual growth, instead of you having this haphazard, let's see how it goes, do it anyhow, run after this one, after that one, I'm literally giving you a systematic and strategic approach that allows you to know what is the foundational piece and what are the building blocks, the most elementary, the most fundamental. The one I take care of this basic things, the other things will line up, right? So we stand up with that on the very first day, Sunday, and we look at spiritual growth. And so many people, start up with so much energy, so much momentum, so much excitement and all. The second day, we had mental fitness and the same thing, the foundational piece. And building, debut of, Langbuja. I see that. All right. So I know what you mean, right? So the second day, we looked at mental fitness. And basically, you just have to catch up on all the content, right? Catch up on all the content and go through that. The third day, we looked at emotional wholeness. And the way the world is wired right now, the complications that are going on, the challenges, the upheavals, the negativity, the news, the heartbreaking information that most of us with emotions can weigh you down. So it's important for you to literally find a safe way of embracing the healing virtue of God, the healing streams of God. Don't leave your emotional health or mental health to chance. Take responsibility and trust God to help you. Eric Flores, is good to see you. Welcome. The fourth day, we looked at relationship success, and I broadened the horizon. We didn't just look at relationships in terms of romantic relationships. We looked at relationships in terms of generic relationships, and we spoke about the importance of love as a fundamental factor in ensuring that your relationships are healthy, they're wholesome, they're healthy, they're value adding, they're progressive, they're not abusive, right? And then yesterday we looked at career and business advancement. I know that quite a number of people have not caught up on that content. So you want to look for it if you can still access it and then learn. Like this is so practical. So that's important. And today we just got through financial prosperity. So I want to just take out the next few minutes. We're already 5 minutes gone. this is not going to be longer than 15 minutes. I just want to take a couple of minutes to ask whatever questions of these you might have about financial prosperity. It's such a big conversation, big topic, big theme for many people. And understandably so, money is so important. The quality of our lives are ever so often determined by the quality of financial resources, the degree of financial resources that we have come into or that we have learned to leverage. And with the downturn that many people have experienced across the world over the last 12 months, right? I just saw a meme on social media where a boy was, people like this and going, "Are you sure 2020 has gone?" let me see how they actually literally put it. Yes. Where are you? Yeah. So y'all sure 2020 is gone? I don't know if you guys can see this. Yeah, I think you should be able to see it. Y'all gone 2020? Yeah. Y'all sure 2020 is gone? That's what the boy is saying. And I know that many people feel that way because, things that happened in 2020 have an after effect that people are trying to grapple with, and people are trying to yeah, so LL of life is good to see. I was actually going to send you the meme. I was going to send you the meme. Right. Hey, Enoch of the Lord, is good to see. It is good to see. So, you know what? Let me quickly post this on my. Just give me one moment. I want to put my WhatsApp. Not all the contacts on my WhatsApp updates. Yeah. All right. So that's very key. That's very important. And we need to just ensure that we master our money, get a grip on our finances, understand the basic principles. Why? Because the terrain has really changed. The terrain has changed. The business terrain has changed. The work terrain has changed. Now, work from home is like the in thing. Salaries have been cut. Resources for many people are a lot leaner. So you must be able to revisit the basic things and look through all of that. Now, somebody's going to say, I know people who are financially astute. I know people who are very careful, but they just never have enough. And that might be a valid point, okay? Which then brings us to the question of capacity and the question of resourcefulness. You cannot expect a 9 kVA generator to power 10 air conditioning systems or heavy duty equipment. Why? The capacity of that generator is low. So one of the things that all of us have to do this year, apart from being careful, taking care of our affairs and all of that, is increasing our capacity to earn, increasing our capacity to earn, not only for ourselves, that's important, but also for people who may be looking up to us or who are dependent on us, or even people who don't know us at all. Why? The economic scenario of the world is going to cost or has cost some people to even contemplate taking their lives, has caused maybe some people to actually take their own lives, and will still cause all kinds of complexities in the ecosystem of mankind. So it's important for you in the area of financial prosperity. So a couple of things I would just recommend. One of the things you want to do, I spoke about creating value as one of the building blocks. One of the things you want to do is that you want to be able, right? You want to be able to increase your capacity not only to earn money, but to create wealth. You want to increase your capacity to create wealth. And the reason this is important is that if it's just about earning money, when it comes to earning money, inflation always happens, which means that this time last year, if you wanted $10,000, you needed 3.4 million naira. But right now, if you want to have $10,000, you need about 4.5 million naira. Okay, so it's not just about earning money. So if you say, "Oh, I earned $1 million naira last year," the rate of inflation has reduced the net value of that money to something like the equivalent of 760 or 770 something thousand naira as of last year, right? So increase your capacity to create wealth, which means you're producing and delivering beyond beyond. I hope you guys are following. You're following. Let me know you're following in the comment box. Increase it beyond cash. Yeah, that's the word. Beyond paper money, right? That's important. You must be able to do that. And it might not be something that happens in one day or 1 week or 1 month, but if you keep building up yourself, and there are three major things you need, right? Number one is that you want to know what are the wants, wishes, and worries of a hungry audience. Wants, wishes, and worries. You need to understand that. Number two is that you want to create something that literally delivers value to those people, right? And by those people, I'm talking about those people who can really pay. Otherwise, that's going to be a charity effort. And charity is good, but charity, for it to be sustainable, needs to be secondary to, complementary to, or the outflow, right? The outflow of a thriving business solution. That's why the biggest givers to charity give out of the wealth they've been able to generate through their businesses. Okay, so after you found a community of people who have a significant collection or a traceable collection of wants, wishes, and worries, right? Then you create something of value that answers the questions in their hearts, that meets or solves the problems that they have, that creates the pathway, right, for them to be able to have a superior experience to what they're currently trapped in, right? And number three is that you want to establish methods of delivering that value. So in the modern world, because technology is prime, technology is key. WhatsApp, Telegram, Zoom, Skype, one-to-one, phone calls, email, online platforms. How do I deliver that? Now, if it's not an online platform, okay, so B is saying no connection. All right, sorry about that. So if it's not an online platform, then find powerful offline platforms that allow you, right, deliver those solutions. All right, I'm watching my time. Let me take 1, 2, or 3 questions quickly. If you have a question, I can see Michael Sasu, welcome. I can see Perfector, you're welcome. I can see my wife. Please celebrate my wife. My wife is here with us today. It's good to see. Good to see. Right. If there's anybody who has a question, let me take that question now. And if you don't have any questions, that's all right. It's fine. That's great. And we'll be good. Anybody with a question? Anybody with a question? Anybody with a question? Anybody with a question? All right, I take this to mean that there's a question. I hope that you're getting value. Let me ask those of you who've been following Regeneration, or at least you've caught up on part of the content. You tell me, how has it been for you? What has stood out for you? What have you learned? What is that thing that is making a difference, creating a shift, helping you to build momentum? Is there anything that you have learned, gathered, discovered, rediscovered, examined again? Okay, I think there's a lag between me and thee. It's almost the 15-minute mark, so I'm looking at that. All right. My wife says, for me, it's the simplicity. So it's the simplicity for me. Thank you very much. I just, wanted something that anybody could consume and grasp without overthinking or overcomplicating. Are simple and practical steps to start taking now. Absolutely, I agree with you. I mean, I'm listening to content again myself. I'm like, okay, you can literally just check the boxes and go, okay, I'm doing this. I need to do this. I need to do this. I'm doing this. And all of that. So 15 minutes gone. I know that life is busy and that many of us have responsibilities, particularly in this season. Some of us are still in retreat mode, some of us are resting, some of us are taking care of other people and all, but find time to consume the content for the 7 days. I think the longest video is about 15 minutes, the shortest is about 9 or so minutes, right? And just apply that, apply that. And as you apply, you will find order in your life, which is essential, which is prime, which is key, and you will be able to grow faster than before. All right. So, good to see you all. And I'll be taking my leave right now. God bless you guys. Let's talk on the group, on the Telegram group, and we'll see sometime soon. Sometimes. All right, guys. Talk to you later. Bye.